What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about the top 10 beginner blues heads. You can like and share this video as long as subscribe to our channel or hit the notification bell below if you'd like to be notified about any future videos. We also really want to thank our Patreons who help support the channel by donating as little as $1 a month, and you can check out the link in the description box below. Today we're going to talk about the top 10 beginner blues heads that you really need to know for any jam session. The most common form in jazz is the 12-bar blues, so we're really just going to focus on heads that are based around the 12-bar blues. Now, a lot of times when you play a blues at a jam session, it can really be in any key. If a particular musician wants to work on a certain key, or just keep it interesting so we're not always playing in B flat or F. So I encourage you to learn these heads not only in the original key, but also in 12 keys if possible. The other great thing about learning these heads is it actually gives you language for your own soloing. So if you can play all these heads in 12 keys, you've given yourself so much language for your own solo vocabulary. So let's get to the list. Coming in at number 10 for top 10 beginner blues heads is C-Jam Blues. Now, this was a big hit for Duke Ellington, and although obviously it's in the key of C, this is a great one to play in all 12 keys. And it's so simple that you can teach it to your friends in a few minutes. Coming in at number 9 for top 10 beginner blues heads, we have Freddie Freeloader. Now, this is from Miles Davis's album Kinda Blue, and it has a very simple melody, but there is a difference to this blues form. In the last 4 bars, it goes to the 5 dominant chord, to the 4 dominant chord, and then to the flat 7 dominant. So in the key of B flat, that last chord is an A flat 7. So you should really be aware of that when you're playing this tune. Coming in at number 8 for top 10 beginner blues heads, we have Sonny Moon for 2. Typically played in the key of B flat, it can also be easily transposed. This melody outlines the minor pentatonic scale. And the great thing about this tune is once you have the first 4 bars, that's all there is to it. Coming in at number 7 for top 10 beginner blues heads, we have Bag's Groove. This is composed by Milt Jackson, and Bags was his nickname. Typically it's in the key of F, but it can really be in any key. Coming in at number 6 for top 10 beginner blues heads, we have Mr. PC, composed by John Coltrane. He wrote this song for his bass player, Paul Chambers. Now, this blues is different in that it's in a minor key. Normally it's in C minor, but it can be played in any key, as always. Now, the turnaround in the last 4 bars of this blues is an A flat 7 to a G7 back to C minor. So that would be a flat 6 dominant to a 5 dominant back to the 1 minor. And that's pretty typical for a minor blues. Coming in at number 5 for top 10 beginner blues heads, we have Blues in the Closet, composed by the bassist Oscar Pettiford. This is actually one of my favorite blues heads, and it's been recorded under many names. Bud Powell recorded it under the name Collard Greens and Black Eyed Peas. It's typically in the key of G. Coming in at number 4 in top 10 beginner blues heads, we have Centerpiece. This is composed by Harry Sweets Edison. It's a great blues if you want to play at a slow tempo. Coming in at number 3 for top 10 beginner blues heads, we have Buzzy. This is composed by Charlie Parker, but it's a lot simpler than most of Charlie Parker's blues heads. It's in the key of B flat. Coming in at number 2 for top 10 beginner blues heads, we have Jumpin' with Symphony Sid. Now, this was played by so many of the swing era musicians, but my favorite recordings of it are by Lester Young. It's a great riff style blues. Coming in at number 1 for top 10 beginner blues heads, we have Tenor Madness, composed by Sonny Rollins. This is usually in the key of B flat, but again, it's another easy one to transpose. Now, when you learn these blues heads, I really encourage that you learn them from the original recordings if possible. Of course, many of them have so many different versions, but it's really important to not only hear the notes, but hear the inflections, the grace notes, the articulations, and the embellishments. A lot of times they're recorded at very different tempos or in different keys. That's it for the list, guys. I hope you enjoyed. After years of playing jam sessions and gigs all over the world, I've come up with this list of blues heads that everyone should know. Even though a lot of jazz is improvised, to be a working musician, we really have to be equipped by knowing so many of these songs. I picked these 10 for the beginner list, not because professionals don't play them, but they're a little bit easier to get under your fingers. Stay tuned for the intermediate list and the advanced list. I'm really going to have fun putting those together. Again, we really want to thank our Patreons for helping support this channel. Please check out the link below if you're interested. You can donate as little as $1 a month to keep us going. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you can be updated on future videos. We'll see you next time.